What up, my peoples? Last video of the day from DB. So today I wore a fragrance from a house I'd never heard of. So I'll thank Travis Gearhart for sending me this to review. I'll let you know my thoughts on it. So stick right there. This DB. I'm about to take you behind the nonsense. So today we are going to talk about a Sammy Andraus Shine Sun. So I got to tell you, I'm not very impressed with this fragrance. First of all, I don't know what all this is, but the labels, the presentation's not all that great looking. I'm usually not a presentation guy, but I gotta admit this doesn't blow me away in the presentation category, but I understand that we're not all about presentations in the small indie world. So this is an extrait de parfum, which I'm going to question off the dot for its longevity. So let's get right into it. So this says it has bergamot, grapefruit, Sicilian orange, ambroxan, and woody notes. So right off the dot, when I sprayed this, the first thing that came to my mind was date for men. The awful stench of the grapefruit, severe orange, just all that orangish, grapefruitish smell just blasts you in the face. It's not as strong as date for men, but it is rather potent smell. I do not like that in a fragrance whatsoever. But when it finally decided to die down, it wasn't too bad, but it still left you with that date for men, even that toy boy type vibe to it. Just, I can't, maybe it's the ambroxan, I don't know, but it's just so staunch and it's overwhelming. When you want a fragrance that is giving off a good projection, maybe you do want something that reaches out and grabs a nose. This to me kind of would burn a nose. When I first got this, the first thing that happened was I smelled it and it just smelled like complete alcohol. I was not going to do the review, but I did have a couple people who knew I had it that said, man, just do the review. So I did. And I'll tell you, and I'll be straight up honest with you, the reason I did not want to do the review is because Ross Carlos from TLTG, who's probably one of the worst fragrance reviewers I know, especially when it comes to knowing anything about fragrances, reviewed one of these. And I'm here to tell you, he lied again. He said that the fragrance he had, which is not this one, smelled absolutely wonderful. It was better than Elysium and a few other little jabs. Ross Carlos has got the baldest knees in the fragcom industry. So anyway, let's get to what I got. I got 2 hours of projection off of this and 7 hours of longevity. I sprayed one spray on each wrist. 7 hours, it was completely gone. For an extrait de parfum, and this has nothing to do with what he reviewed. This is my personal review of the fragrance. For an extrait de parfum, you should get at least a minimum of 10 hours, in my opinion, off of any extrait de parfums. The simple fact is that a normal fragrance of EDP concentration should get you 6 to 8 hours easily. Your Eau de Toilettes, there's Eau de Toilettes that I have that I get 6 to 8 hours off of. So an extrait de parfum should easily get you in that 8 to 10 hour range. This only, and I'm just pushing it to get to 7. It was more like 6.5, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna give it to the 7 because I quit smelling because I knew the fragrance was gone. So I'm not very fond of this at all. I do not know the gentleman that makes these. This is no knock on him personally. Everybody knows that DB only tells the truth about our fragrance. I can't do it any other way. This is not worth the money that was paid for it. As far as it being an extrait de parfum. Now, from what I hear, This is $25 for a 30 ml plus shipping. So it's right around that $1 per ml, which is par for the course. No problem with that whatsoever. But when you put extrait de parfum on your labels, and that's what you consider these to be, then you have to have that extrait de parfum longevity, which this does not have. The other issue that I have is, I mean, this ain't the only company that's ever had an extrait de parfum that has not lasted that long. I blame it on the fragrance itself. When I sprayed it, it had a shine. You could see it had oil in it. I know personally from anything that's a freshie, it's real hard to drag out any kind of orange and grapefruit notes in it. It's just so hard to do. And I just don't think, for me personally, that I would be interested in this bottle. So this is a giveaway as well. There's just a couple of sprays missing out of this. So, hey, DB, I'm in. You have till I get off work tomorrow, which will probably be around 5 o'clock, and I will send these to you. So, this is DB, and I appreciate you spending your time with me today. All 4 videos that I made, and I just took you behind the nonsense. Have a good one, y'all.